What's going on, everybody? Sorry I'm late. I was on the phone with my brother, my little brother, man. I ain't talked to him in forever, and he video called me, so that's why I was late. Didn't even realize it was past 7 yet. But I got some crazy stories to tell you guys, all right? Hey, Melinda, Barb, love you, Barb. Troy, James, Mom.
Melinda, Barb,
Melvin, Donnie, what's going on?
Donnie, you're going to have to give us an update of what it's like over that away.
Absolutely. Well, we should be back by this weekend.
I'm hoping.
So that is the plan. As at least me.
He's leaving regardless.
Yes, at least me. We will be back home. And
hey, Uncle Ed.
Uncle Ed, what's going on? I will be there 100% for sure until the next holidays. I am not leaving, guys. I will be stamped into the mountains of Kentucky. Because I'm not leaving no more. I'm not leaving no more. But, yeah, like I said, I was just on the phone with my brother. And we got some craziness going on. All right. So my little brother.
He's a hillbilly. He's crazy.
I love him so much.
I do
dude.
too.
He is absolutely nuts. But I love that dude so much. And
hey, Gene Morgan.
If I ever thought that I was crazy, my brother's got me beat on a whole new level.
Thank you, Gene. He's not been able to
Gene,
really do a
what's
whole
going
lot
on?
lately.
Thank you. But okay. So my brother had a buddy move in with him, and Brian. God bless you, Brian. You're awesome. He's an awesome dude. I worked with him for a couple years. What's Brian's last name? I probably shouldn't say his last name.
No.
Anyway,
I know it, but we're not saying it.
Brian moved in with my brother for a little bit, and they got them a go-kart and 2 dirt bikes. So the other night, my brother and Brian thought that it was a good idea to ride the go. Okay, so my brother lives on the opposite side of town from where we grew up. My brother still lives in the same town that I grew up in, and he lives on the opposite side of town. Well, they were going to get an attic fan.
Attic fan.
Is that what
they were just going to go get an old. Okay, so this is the house that they grew up in. So, and it's been vacant. It's been vacant
for many, many years,
and it's still owned by a family. And he thought he was going to be slick and go and take a fan that they had when they were kids.
Anyway, they didn't quite make it there. They were on their way back, and Kiefer police got behind my brother and his friend on a go-kart at 2 o'clock in the morning.
His friend's driving it, and his brother's standing on the back telling him where to go.
So Brian's driving, and my brother's standing on the back of the go-kart directing him where to go, because Brian he don't know Kiefer like we do. We know it by heart. Like, he explained the whole situation to me, and I knew exactly where he was. And I guess they wrecked out on the creek, and they got away.
The police were chasing them.
Yeah, they got all the way home, and I guess the Kiefer police came looking for him, and my sister-in-law ran them off, and nothing ever come of it. But yeah, man,
it was a bad idea for them to show up while it was just me there.
Just thought I'd share that with you. I just heard that story literally
laughing the whole time.
20 minutes before we came live, and yeah, I have been cracking up laughing because it just does not surprise me.
He said he broke a couple ribs.
Yes, my brother cracked a couple ribs.
When they went down into the creek, mind you, it's like solid 4 inches of ice. He said he stood up, and as soon as he stood up, he went flat on his back. And then they were trying to get back to the house, dipping and ducking and dodging. And
my dad called me first and told me the story. Then my brother called me and told me the story. And when my dad called and told me it, it literally brought me back to 18 years old in the same town. It's so funny. It's so crazy, dude.
Do you know how it is in Pineville, Melvin?
Uncle Ed said, now you have snitched on the tube. Hey, I asked for permission, Uncle Ed. I did ask my brother for permission before I said anything.
We'd be coming up through Pineville.
It's so funny, dude. Oh, he told me I was good to tell the story, so.
We did see a video where Harlan was pretty flooded. Yeah, me too, Mama T.
Yes. Yeah, we've seen
Hurts my
several.
heart.
My mom sent me several videos of Harlan.
But we're up
Just
so
decimated.
much higher
That's the
than
good thing.
Harlan, but
Yeah, that's the good thing about our house is we're up on top of that mountain. So hopefully everything is flowing away and it hadn't been, hopefully we're up high enough to where everything's flowing away from
Melvin
us.
and Donnie said it should be okay by now.
Yeah.
So, but
Good.
in your area, how much snow are you all supposed to be getting?
Yeah, we're supposed to be
That's the
getting that
next
big
step.
snowstorm coming.
I doubt it.
Yes, Mom,
But
they
yeah,
are
you're
crazy.
right. You're right, Melinda.
We did.
We got a little bit.
2 or 3 inches. We actually got a couple inches.
Going to work today was sketchy, but by the time I got out, roads were fine. Danny.
Yeah, no.
He said, "See my pics."
That was my brother right there. Danny Gocher. That's my brother right there. He's offering y'all to go look at the crime scene right there.
Did he send you pictures? Did he send you
Yeah.
pictures?
Well, no, not pic. Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah,
that's what he's saying.
I ain't gonna show that one.
No.
There's the go-kart stuck on the side of the creek. So that's where they ended up. That's where they were wrecked right there. Look at that.
Idiots.
He's all the way down in the creek, dude.
So how did Brian land? I mean, it seems like he would have landed like on his side.
Did you go in the creek?
I thought that's what he said when he stood up.
Our
he
park
was
and
slipping.
ball field got flooded. Rain up to bridge over several roads. 2 to 4 inches of snow. School is closed.
Where are you at, Gene?
Yeah. I know Oklahoma, where I grew up, everything's closed.
75 is shut down.
Yeah,
44 westbound is shut down. I've been watching.
They're 100% closed down.
That's
Weather
crazy,
has gotten
Gene.
crazy. And what's crazy is
Damn
we're
it,
already
man.
seeing crazy weather, and we always get
2 to 4. Okay, so
what you guys just had. We will get that.
sometimes it'll die off, though, by the time it gets here. But Melvin and Donnie said that they're anticipating 2 to 4 inches. So I'm hoping by that time, because Mom has always said that they take such good care of their roads over there, because I guess they really have to, because, everything's windy and it's hilly and, all that jazz. But just to give you an update, so they did finally come and ask me if I was interested in going hybrid. Like, yeah, bro, I already told you that. The same person I already told. But anyway, so I went ahead and I've been able to bring my computer home, so I don't have to travel anymore the rest of this week. But it's not official that I'm going to be able to go hybrid.
But
100%.
I'm leaving.
He is officially leaving, of course, regardless. But I'm hoping, because I said something to my manager. He said, "Well, you don't have to at least come back in until Monday." I looked at him and said, He said, "What?" I said, "Well, I mean, that slideshow that we seen, it showed the 24th. So I'm curious to know." He said, "Well, listen, I can't just tell you that you're going to be able to go because I have to open up tickets. I did everything I was supposed to do. I sent my pictures. I submitted everything that I was supposed to submit, the internet test connection, all that jazz. So I submitted everything that I was supposed to do. Now he just has to do his part." And I was bugging him this afternoon as he was walking out the door. I was not going to allow him to leave until he told me he was going to submit them tickets. But technically, I can't say that I'm leaving yet.
Right.
But I don't have to go into work.
But I will be home by Friday, by at least Saturday.
By
For sure.
He'll be leaving at least early Saturday morning.
I'm going home, and I will be home
until he has to come back and get me, because I don't want to have to stay here any longer than I got to stay here.
Well, yeah, of course. I'll come
I
back
want
and
to go
get
home.
her. But
It's nothing. No offense to anybody here. I want to go home.
No, absolutely no offense to it. And thank God for having a roof over our head while we're here. But the thing is I'm ready to be at my home.
Cynthia, Kentucky.
Building my home. And that's where I'm going to be for spring, summer, until Christmas comes again. I'm not leaving.
Hey,
Kentucky.
Melva, when are they predicting the snow? Because that's why they went ahead and told me to go ahead and take my equipment home, is because I think they're predicting, of course, snow here. But they take such good care of their roads that within a day or two, the interstates, the highways will be clear. But I need to look up what they're predicting for, or when they're predicting for that area. Barb said, "You leave early, Dave?"
I'll be leaving Friday.
No later than early Saturday morning.
Yeah,
He's
no
saying
earlier than
Friday,
Saturday.
but I
will
know
be
how
there
he
by
rolls.
Saturday. It's only a 3-hour drive. It's really not that far of a drive. We're not very far.
But when you got to load everything, you got to get everything loaded.
But
you got to get all the dogs loaded. You got to
these
get
guys
everything.
with me.
You got to take. There's so many steps in order to ensure that you can get there without having to stop.
Trust me, these old boys right here, they're just as excited as I am.
They're ready. They have no idea.
I cannot wait to be able to wake up in the morning. I can't wait to wake up in the morning and kick the front door open and say, go, you do what you got to do.
Go play. I know it's eating them up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're all in the same boat. While we're here, we have to put a lead on them and take them outside to go potty. And
I need to look up and see where Cynthia, Kentucky is. I'm going to do that right now. Watch the comments. Because she said that she believes 1 a.m. in their area.
Wednesday night into Thursday is what I am.
Melvin Donnie.
Wednesday night into Thursday.
Because they're only about 30 minutes from us.
That's the snow?
Yes.
So hopefully it won't be too bad.
Right, if you leave Saturday morning. My concern is the mountain, but Mom swears. She said the only trouble that they had last winter whenever they were there was when they were trying to get out of the driveway. Because we got a big slope. Melvin, Donnie, you know how those driveways are. They're like up. Yeah. Like not even a 90
slope on our driveway, which I'm not worried about that because I'm not afraid to get out there with a shovel.
And there's ice. I'm sorry, we have salt inside the house. It's just getting there.
That's no thing. No,
he'll get out there and
I'll get us out of that.
Hey, Lynn.
Lynn, what's going on?
Hey, Lynn, the okie dokie.
Lynn, the okie dokie.
She said close to Lexington and Georgetown. So we always have to go through Lexington in order to get to, because we get off at Corbin is where we get off at.
Right, we get off at Corbin. We go
all the way down until we get Pineville, make a left.
What is that
come
one
up
town?
221.
What's that town?
Barberville.
We go through, what's the first one?
Corbin. Barberville.
Then Barberville.
And then we head towards
And then
Pineville.
we're on Arville. Well, we go through Pineville, and then we make a left, and that's whenever we head up the mountain right there, right off of Pineville.
Like, literally, when we start seeing that Dairy Queen, and then we go under the hospital,
past all the school, there's like the soccer fields and football fields right there.
That's Highway 221 headed up is where we live.
And then we head up 221, which is up the mountain there.
When you start climbing that mountain.
I think that's going to be our biggest hope, is to be able to get through right there at Pineville, there at the bottom of the mountain. Hopefully that's not flooded out. If that's not flooded out, we should be fine.
I don't think it'll be flooded out if the temperatures are going to drop and snow is going to. I mean, I don't know, but I need to watch Harlan. Right, but Mom swears that they take care of all that stuff.
Yes, we can get out our hollow, but getting back is a different story.
Yeah, it's a different kind of.
Hey, this is all brand new for me. Definitely for me. I'm an Okie, so I'm used to.
Thank you for that, Christy. I had no idea.
I'm not used to all the hills and mountains. You know what I mean? I'm used to flat plain. I can drive on an icy road, but when you throw in mountains and curves and mountains,
don't tell me that, or I'm out walking beside
hilltops. That's a completely different story. But I'll be okay, man. I'll be okay. I'm going home. I'm going home. I don't care if there's 2 inches of ice all the way there. I will.
Bro, you ain't getting up.
I'm getting home.
You ain't getting up there.
I will get home. Troy Sutton, what's up, buddy?
He's been here, bro.
Troy has?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Did
I already say hi to him?
Yes.
Sorry, Troy. I apologize, brother.
I hope so. I'm thinking that's at least. It should be the last winter blast, but I've known
they're talking about another
here, like April.
Guys. I just seen this on social media the other day. They are looking forward to another winter blast in mid-March.
Thank you, Barb. I'm gonna go find that.
So March we're supposed to be getting slammed again. Troy's laughing at me. I love you, brother.
He's having a dirt stir. Troy
and Barb, you guys are amazing.
Oh, y'all.
Barb has been blowing me up. I love you, Barb.
Yeah.
You're awesome, man.
I think she's slick.
No, you're really awesome. I love you guys so much.
Thank you, Christy.
Just get home safe. Better to
Better
lay a day or two than get hurt. I know.
Absolutely.
I know. I'm not going to do nothing dangerous. I'm not my brother. I'm not going to leave at 2 a.m. on a go-kart to go take a fan.
Anything in a vehicle, I don't play around with anymore. On my way to work today, I did basically 60 the whole way, going down the
20 years ago, probably been a different story, but, you know.
We know you do, Barb.
Yeah, I know you do.
Chrissy said, sorry, I'm a mama. That's okay. We understand. Chrissy,
she said, well, not your brother.
Oh my gosh. I know you all.
No,
there's very few videos.
I don't want to make it
Danny,
sound bad because I love my brother and he's just as intelligent and smart as any of us.
He's your hillbilly, like intelligent, like.
Look, my brother probably didn't wear a
amazing.
pair of shoes and ran around in a creek bed till he was 15 years old. All right, so if that explains anything, my brother is
He's hillbilly.
He's a backwoods hillbilly boy, and he ain't afraid to show it, right?
But he knows what he's doing. That's
it wouldn't even offend him hearing someone say that.
If he literally had to go live in the woods, that man would have a cabin built. He'd have a fire going. He'd have everything that you would need to survive. And he was who I'd want to be with. If
you could pick anyone in this world being stranded out in the woods, guaranteed my brother would be the first one you'd want with you.
1,000 times over.
That's the darn truth.
True story.
It truly is. It truly is. My brother's awesome, man. And I miss my brother.
And I miss Emmy.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been there.
I miss all my family, man.
I know.
I'm at this point since we've been here, man. We've been here 6 months.
Well, that's good. That's good that you don't feel like that you've been here 6 months, sir.
Yeah, I do. I miss everybody. Big time, big time.
I've been here since May. I'm creeping up on a year.
That's like I was telling my dad. I think Sam's not afraid to express the fact that she's ready to go home.
I'm ready to go
to Oklahoma. But me, man, I'm not ready to make that commitment, man. I made an agreement in my own mind to make this work, and by God, I'm going to do it. And until I actually fell in it, I'm not ready to run.
Not me. I don't like it.
I do miss my family, though.
That's it. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, man. I would do anything to go back and hang out with my family.
And I know maybe I'm not giving it enough time to actually get settled and start creating our life. But I've been here 8 months, and I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. And I left my job that I was at for 5 years. Good insurance. I'm making the same pay that I'm making now. Now, granted, is the stress level a little bit different? Absolutely. If
somebody said, here's a house you can move into and everything's legit in Oklahoma now, it would be very hard for me to say, no.
I would be not saying no, and he would be following me.
But I love what we have sitting on the mountains of Kentucky right now, man. And I know that if you give me enough time, I will turn it into a very proper and
ready to bounce.
Good home, man. Productive.
Jean says she'll be 60 in May. My mama just turned 63. Tracy just turned 60. Did I say 63? Mom was born in 63. Mom just turned 62. 61. So she just turned 61.
61.
I know. I just said mom turned 63.
I turned 41. My mom turned 61. My mom is exactly 20 years ahead of me.
Hey, Marianne. Welcome in.
Marianne, hello. Hello.
Need to check on Jan. So y'all keep. I have not heard.
I've not heard from Jan.
I've not heard any updates on the boss. But has anybody heard anything about what's going on with the boss? I know that he got hurt.
He got hurt at work.
I know that she was worried about trying to make sure that they had enough wood. Has anybody seen anything?
I actually offered her. I told her I'd come down there. If I absolutely had to, I would head that way. And she told me no.
Absolutely, Christy.
Talk about hillbilly.
I felt more home in Oklahoma than I have here.
Rode around the yard. Hey, yeah, that's good. That's good memory stuff right there.
Melinda, he's on my nerves.
See what Melinda said?
No.
She talk about hillbilly. They tied a boat to the back of their truck and sled it around, pulling the boat around.
Boss broke an ankle. I thought he cut himself really. Did he cut himself really bad too? I need to go and look. I just haven't had time. Yes, thank you, Marianne. I need to go hit it. Shoot. He broke his ankle.
She posted updates.
We're going to have to go watch. YouTube!
Oh, on YouTube?
Oh, my gosh. Don't mind him. Don't mind him.
You all haven't had time to place roots yet. when you have to take and traveling back and forth. I know. And that's what I keep trying to tell her. We haven't had time to settle roots in at all. 100% agree with that.
I don't care.
She's ready to run, man. She's ready to run back to Oklahoma. But I'm going to be honest with you. I love Oklahoma. I grew up my whole life. I am purebred Okie. Will be for the rest of my life. And I don't deny that, and I'm very proud of that. But I'm good, man. I don't know. I want to build something different outside of that. And all of my bad memories are in Oklahoma. It does matter. It does matter.
You don't think I have bad memories here?
But I don't know how to explain it. Every other person I run into,
bounce, I'm out.
if I go to a Walmart in Sapulpa, you guarantee I'm going to run into 5 people.
We don't have to go to Sapulpa. That's the thing is you keep acting like we got to go right back to where we were.
But that's what you keep saying, Sapulpa.
I love Sapulpa because I didn't know anybody. But we don't have to
everybody
do that.
in Sapulpa, but I hate Sapulpa.
We don't have to do that.
And I hate Houston.
There's so many towns that are close to that.
For good reason, not for bad reason. Not that I hate the people there. I love you guys. But just because of my own personal reasons, man. I just would rather not.
I'm not playing, Uncle Ed. I'm for real.
I want to watch us learn new things too, Mom.
We can do that in Oklahoma.
I know that I can do it. It's almost like a challenge to me, right?
I mean, I'm ready to go.
Nope, it's a challenge.
Stick in the woods.
Can I go and make a life somewhere completely foreign to me?
James.
No. That's not going. I'm sorry, guys.
He said trim. He didn't say shave.
I was just talking to Sam today. I'm going ZZ Top. I'm letting her
Exactly,
grow.
Christy. Any place that we've grown up in, I've had a lot of bad things happen here. And it's not because I don't want, that's not why I don't want to be here.
I had a daughter pass away. My best friend died. Addiction, this, that. Like, there's so many bad, crazy things that I want to be away from it and start something new somewhere different. And that's exactly what we have the opportunity to do right now. And that's what I want to do.
I get that's what you want to do. I'm standing on what I believe.
I told her, I said, if we move back to Oklahoma.
Hey, Evelyn.
Hello, Evelyn. I said, if we move back to Oklahoma, it's going to be on a completely different side of Oklahoma, right? Let's move to the Panhandle.
Fine.
Let's move to the other corner of Oklahoma. Heck, we can go.
Oh, you're right.
We could go find a couple acres right there, maybe a few miles from where Miracle is actually going to college. I'd be cool with that. She's on like the north side of Oklahoma City. I just don't want to go. I just don't want to go back.
Your mom said you have a book coming out soon.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yes, guys, listen. The rough draft for my book has just been completed. Believe it or not.
And I'm not ready. I want to wait.
He sent me the rough draft. I read all the other guys'
The final draft is done. Yeah, I want to wait to the very end. I want to make sure it's completely done.
My story is number 2. The second story.
When does the book come?
She hadn't said a complete date, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, I don't think she's getting there. She's getting closer with it.
Yeah, it's getting really close. And yeah, it turned out really, really good.
Ooh,
like right now we're in, as a matter of fact, March 8th at like dang it, man. I'll get the details for you all next week. I'll make sure and have the details.
Yeah, there's supposed to be
March 8th, we're having a YouTube live with all the guys that are in the book. And I will be there.
So you'll have to post.
And
you'll have to share.
We'll be doing parts of our testimony and everything about our story. And yeah, I'm super excited.
There was supposed to be a meetup, I think, like next month, but I think she canceled that.
Yeah, they're having the video
because she didn't get done with the book in enough time, I don't think.
And I think in April sometime they're having an actual physical meetup.
I don't know about it apparently. So it's about. So it's called. That's what he has on his hand.
Oh, yeah.
That's the cover of the book.
That's the cover of the book. If you can see it. The crown of thorns with the shadow of the crown. That's exactly what the book looks like. That's where I got that from, was off the cover of the book.
So it's called like the King's version, where there's a bunch of different men that talk about their testimony and how they changed
That's
their life.
crazy, Uncle Ed. I didn't know you
that.
didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a book coming out.
And there's different chapters. And his is the
what's the name of
second.
it?
I just called it the King's edition from.
No. Rise to Fall.
That's it. Yes. That's
Rise
it.
to Fall.
Yeah.
King's edition. So the first book that came out was the Queen's edition. So it was all women's testimony. And the second one is the King's edition, which is all men's testimony. And my testimony's in there. Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be my life testimony from being a kid all the way up until, where does my testimony
And
end?
he was afraid that
whenever we got ourselves saved in 2016.
Yeah, he was afraid that he didn't have enough in there, but he ended up having way more than everybody else.
Yeah. I was really worried about how much I had written, and come to find out, she gave me the rough draft, and I was reading through everybody's chapters. My chapter was like 2 pages longer than everybody. So I guess I wrote way more.
But I'd rather him have written more, and so that she could take out what she felt like need to be taken out versus not having enough,
I'm sure you could, Uncle Ed. I know you could. If we were able to get together and actually put everything together from what you remember and everybody main in our family, man, we could create. But that's the thing, is I talked to her before I wrote my verse or my chapter for this book. I asked her, I said, well, if I planned on writing an actual full book just on my life, an entire book, would you help me with it? And she said yes. And whenever she sent me the rough draft, she even mentioned, she said, I know that you were talking about writing a full book. So she's still thinking about it. So
shouldn't forget.
Possibly. That's actually a very good idea, to be honest with you, Uncle Ed, is to get together with everybody that remembers parts of my life, and we could all put it in one full book from chapter to the end of my entire life. That would be super cool. That's a good idea.
I have a feeling, Melinda, that it's probably going to be something along the lines of the same thing that Tish did. Like, I'm sure that there's going to be a certain amount of books that he receives that then can be ordered directly from him.
Yeah.
That way that he does have
I'm not exactly sure.
That stuff.
I'm pretty sure that we're not going to be profiting nothing off of this. It's
Which
not,
is fine.
Yeah, no, it's nothing about that. I just want to get my testimony out there. And
absolutely, Christy.
My chapter is called Never Too Far Gone. So it's basically saying there's nobody out there that is too far lost.
She said she would buy it. Bless your sweetheart.
Yeah,
we'll make sure that there's opportunities and links and stuff, all that. But there's for sure about to be a live podcast with all the kings
March
in
8th.
it. With all the kings.
March 8th.
Do you remember what time?
And the thing is when I write my own book, there's going to be extra chapters. Right.
Extra. There's
right.
going to be
there's
more
going to be
than
extra.
One.
Yeah, that ain't going to end the way it ended. So, but it's okay. Because the Lord is still working on me, man. He really is.
That is right.
The Lord is still working on me. And of course, how we all feel. I don't feel close enough for grace, but I know that he's there for me. And my goodness, man.
I'm tired, y'all.
I love you guys.
He finally settled down. He's been on my nerves since I came home.
Who, Bubba?
Don't touch him. Don't say his name. Melinda, come get your boy.
He's been buzzing all night.
Oh my gosh, on my nerves.
I had to throw him off of it several times.
I told you to stop.
Exactly.
I'm the construction zone. I like that, Christy. Yeah. With
Never
that all things are possible.
He sees us through it all.
I don't know. That's what you just said.
Never too far gone.
He is always there. Absolutely.
And the way I am, I wish I could just email it up to all of y'all, but that would be giving it up, man. Like I sent it to my mom. She was able to read it, but I can't do that, man. You got to wait till the book comes out.
Right. Melinda, go.
She asked if there was anything
not
I wanted to change.
Melinda, not me.
Nothing. I don't want to change nothing. I done it pretty good. I kind of felt like maybe I was kind of rambling. I don't know, but she redid it for me, so kind of laid it out a little better.
Where's Meemaw?
But my chapter is definitely.
Where's Meemaw? I
didn't miss much. Like I went from living in Prue, Oklahoma when I was 5 years old, all the way.
No, I didn't, Barb.
Where did I end up at? I
don't know.
Oh yeah, I ended up whenever me and Sam gave our life to Christ in 2016.
You wrote it while I was here.
So literally, my story will be from 1984 to 2016. That's what my story is.
Hercules?
84, 85, 86, maybe 86. About 86. Whenever I started remembering stuff.
Every thumbs up does help. Let's see how many there are. 14. Get off my
14,
bro.
Bad, dude.
Curly.
14, but we got 21 people in here. Who's failing to hit the thumbs up? Come on, guys.
What's the math?
Show
Do the math.
Oh, Jan, there's Jan. We
were just talking about you. How's the boss?
Just talking about you.
How's boss?
How is boss? We was just talking about the book coming out. The book with my chapter and my testimony in it. It's coming out soon. I'm so glad you're here, Jan. We was just talking about you. Anemia will make you feel tired even if you don't move.
She shocked me whenever I said something to her like, I need to be tested. I need CBC blood work done.
On what?
With being just, I don't have any umph to me anymore. I'm tired.
I feel that way too. But
my
I think
hands
that's
are black.
Just being stuck from being able to move, man. I got plenty of energy to put out there. It's just a matter of having somewhere to put that energy, right? We lost our grandson 2 years ago to an overdose. Oh, I'm so sorry, Melvin
Donnie.
How old was he? I'm sorry. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to, but just curious. How old was he?
Could be the Winter Blues too.
Dude,
Jan, I don't know if I did or not, honey.
Bad, man. I'm going to tell you right now, Melvin, Donnie, if we haven't had found Jesus when we did in 2016, we wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, we'd be the same.
We literally just changed our life before the fentanyl epidemic started. I promise you I would not be alive today if I would have kept on the same road I was on.
I wouldn't either.
20 years old. I'm so sorry, man. That sucks so bad. That literally is so heartbreaking.
It is.
I love you guys, and we're praying for you. And that's horrible. That's horrible.
We don't know yet, Jan. So they officially did ask me to go hybrid. Just gonna catch Jan up. So it's not official when. The way that the paperwork looked, it was like the beginning of next week, but I was kind of hounding the boss. So he went ahead and gave me my equipment so I don't have to come back at least until Monday. But anyway, so he told me that he was going to have to open up tickets to get our location, whatever, changed to hybrid. And once that happens, then I can officially go. But either way, this is what drives me nuts is because Dave's going to have to leave. Dave's leaving this week regardless, but I'm hoping that I can go with him instead of having to show back up on work on Monday, but I'll have to do it anyway, regardless, I guess. But it is what it is. But we don't know yet. But Melba and Donnie and Marianne have been kind of giving us some updates. Jean have been giving us updates in the roundabout area. I know Harlan has been pretty well flooded.
Jean, who's Jean?
Oh my God, really? Harlan's been pretty well flooded. It is the beginning. It is, and I'm just being impatient, but I've been patient for the last 8 months, and I'm just tired. Like my head could spin around backwards. It is the beginning, but so with the boss, is his pain being able to stay under control? I broke my talus, so I broke the part that connects your shin to your foot. And honey, I know that that is not fun.
Broken bones are never fun.
Jan says she heard it was underwater. It was so bad. But luckily so one side of the mountain is Pineville and the other side is Harlan. We would, whenever we travel back or, to here and from there, we come up through Pineville. Jean said that Barberville, was slightly a little bit flooded, but by the time we end up coming there, it should be coming down. But
Look, guys,
we're
I'm
all
gonna be honest with
expecting
you.
2 to 4 inches of snow.
So we have not been home in 3 months.
Yeah.
So since the last freeze, I have no idea what I'm going to be walking into, guys. I know that it got down
So
to
it'd be a
negative
toothbrush
0 for
on his
many nights.
Oh, David broke his tib fib one time.
Yep. Sure did.
You don't got to do all that,
I
bro.
want to show them. I had rods in my leg. I had 2 rods in my upper tib fib and then had 2 rods in my ankle with a fibulator. Right?
Fibulator?
Is that what it's called?
Fixator.
Fixator. Not a fibulator.
Fibulator for y'all.
Had the 2 bars on the
know.
outside that held my leg together. That happened right here in Indiana, actually. About 20 minutes down the road, I got in a car wreck and broke my tib fib up. That sucks. That sucks, guys. Man, we got 23 people in here. What is going on, guys?
So, Gene, if you did not know,
Are we that exciting, really?
I was not a very good 21-year-old. And I
hit that like button, guys. Hit the like. Hit it. Thumbs up.
I was traveling to work one day at the age of 21, being stupid. And I was late. And I come around a curve too quick, and I hit a tree head on, and it threw me from the vehicle. So I broke a lot of bones. Yeah. I suffered a 3rd-degree cut that about cut my leg off. And
crushed your entire pelvis. All kinds of crazy stuff. Like, it's nuts. Pretty nuts. She is literally a miracle walking. Like, and I don't just say that hyperbole. Like, she literally is a miracle walking. She should not be getting around the way
I should not be walking.
She was on disability. When we first got together for like the first 3 years, she was on disability. She was literally getting disability checks.
Yeah.
And I kept working on her because I knew she had that spirit in her, right? And eventually she was working full time, and yeah, right? Like a gangster, dude.
I fought like no other.
For real.
I was the youngest person living in a nursing home for 4 months trying to learn how to walk again.
In a nursing home for 4 months, guys. In a recovery center for 4 months. In a bed. Couldn't move. Like, so many bones crushed it. It's unreal. Like, it is absolutely a miracle from God that she's walking around, and actually, you wouldn't even be able to tell. If you didn't know, you wouldn't be able to tell. Now, whenever you do know, you can see a little bit of a limp, but if you didn't know, you would have no idea that this girl was tore up the way she was tore up. Whenever we got together, she was still in recovery, and we started talking in 2011. And I remember her sending me pictures of her arm, and her arm was cut open.
What is this?
And right here. You could actually her skin, it was having a reaction to the plate inside of her, so the skin was open up and you could see the metal plate inside her arm. I could tap
directly on the metal. That was crazy.
So when we started talking, she couldn't even walk.
Hey, Shelly.
Hello.
That's just her pimp walk. That's
his home.
That's how it kind of started, yeah. But man, I fought because they told me I wasn't gonna be able to walk again. I wasn't gonna have a normal life ever.
But if y'all didn't know, me and Sammy have known each other from a very young age. We met each other. My papa was a preacher at a little church in Lexington, Indiana that had maybe a congregation of maybe 20 people.
Yeah, it went a whole lot.
And when we come down here, that's how our family met her family.
He is a miracle worker.
And then
he's got boss too, babe.
We did not. I'm 7 years older than Sammy. So back then I was 13. She was like 7. But after years and years and years, and I first started trying to clean my life up in, when was that? 2000.
We got together in 2012 officially.
2010. No? Yeah. Around 2009, 2010, I went through a phase, and I was doing good in Oklahoma City. I was living with my dad. I was going to church. Everything was good. And I was working at a place called Dentcraft. And I remember on a break, I decided to message Sammy out of the blue. Like I don't know, was thinking about her family. So I messaged her to see how she was doing. And she actually messaged me back, which I was not expecting. And then, yeah, one thing led to another. I ended up moving to Indiana, and we've been together since. We've been together for 13 years.
Are you sure?
Is it 13 years? September, 13 years.
Hercules, get down.
Right?
Good job.
13
This
years
September,
in September.
so like 12 and a half.
Isn't that crazy? 13 years in September we've been together.
Been married. It'll be 8 in April.
Yeah,
8
we've
years
been married for 8. And that's a whole different story because we were together for 6 or 7 years. And then we moved back to Oklahoma, end up getting strung out. I did for sure. She did too, but not as the level I did. And we got so bad on drugs that she ended up leaving and going back to Indiana. And rightfully so, left me there to figure my stuff out. And I was so bad, I called my mom. My mom came and I remember the day Sammy left. I remember when her mom showed up to pick her up, and it was super sad. But I was so messed up on drugs, I fell asleep immediately. Soon as Sam left, I remember her leaving, and then I remember passing out. And then I woke up however long later, got a hold of my mom. Didn't talk to Sammy for 2 or 3 days. And at that time, during that 2 or 3 days, I was going downhill even worse. Like I was doing drugs like crazy. And I was trying to get a hold of Sammy. She was ignoring me, rightfully so. And within about 3 days, she finally messaged me back. And she said, if you want to make this work, you will have to go to a faith-based rehab and get yourself right. And the minute I got that message, I immediately messaged my mom. My mom came and picked me up. I gave all my drugs away. And my mom picked me up, took me, and we got a motel room in my hometown. She put me in the hometown. And from that point on, I worked my tail off on my own to get myself recovery. Went into recovery, got into rehab, got into one rehab for a few weeks. Wasn't working. Left it. Found another rehab, and that's a lot of work, guys. If you don't know how hard it is to get into a recovery center and to get these people to agree that you're far enough gone to deserve being in a recovery center, it's a lot of work. And I did that all on my own. And 3 months after that, I'd been clean for 90 days, and I got a job, and I told Sam, I said, as soon as I get a job, I'm coming to get you. I got a job, my first paycheck, I got a rental car, drove straight to Indiana, picked Sam up, bring her back. Ended up getting kicked out of the rehab because I drove to Indiana and didn't tell nobody. So they kicked me out, but I already had 90 days at that point. So I was fairly confident enough to know that I was in a good space, that I wasn't going to go back to it, and never did. I stayed working at Walmart. We started off living in a little camper for $300 a month. And Sammy started working at the same Walmart, and it went from there. And then we went from there to the A-frame. We went from the A-frame to our house in Sapulpa, and then to where we are now. So yeah, it's a pretty crazy story. Like that's.
But man, it was hard work.
Deleting all of the extras. That's the full story right there. But yeah, it was a lot of work, and I definitely worked my tail off to keep her around me. And whenever I came and picked her up after that 3 months, she wanted nothing to do with me, guys. I had to beg her for like 3 or 4 days, literally begging her. We ended up going to that park down in, what was it? In the forestry. That's where we were. We was down there in the softball park down there at the bottom part of the forestry. And she kept telling me, no, I'm not going back with you. I was like, yes. Why do you think I drove all the way here? She kept telling me no, and I was sick to my stomach.
If you had seen what I had seen that caused me to leave after being together.
And I understood that. I understood that.
That's why.
I understood that.
I was not going to watch him kill himself.
When I was in my worst part, I was very bad. I don't blame her for leaving me. But I knew in my heart that wasn't where I was anymore, and that this is what I wanted. And she kept telling me no, kept telling me no. Like we were literally yelling at each other in the middle of a park. Like it was that bad. And then finally she said, look, if you want me to go back to Oklahoma with you, you have to call my mom and apologize to her for what happened in Oklahoma. So I immediately called the phone. I called Cheryl, And I said, hey, Cheryl,
We did.
I just want to let you know that I apologize for what happened. I regret it, but I want to let you know that I'm in love with your daughter and I want to take care of her for the rest of my life. And what Cheryl said, actions speak louder than words. I'll never forget that till the day I die. That's what Cheryl said to me. And I said, I'll show you. And that was it. After that, it was
What are you doing?
everything after that. And listen to this. During the 3 months that we were separated and I was in rehab, Sammy would ignore me. She spent like 2 months just completely ignoring me. I'd try to call her. It'd drive me crazy. I was in rehab trying to get clean. And the girl I loved would not answer my phone call. So guess what? I had her mom's phone number. So I would message her mom in the middle of the night, like every night. And I'd be like, I'm sorry that I'm messaging you, but I just want to let you know that me and your daughter are in love and we're going to spend the rest of our lives together.
Mind you, he's young and dumb too.
Guess what happened? Guess what happened? I wasn't lying, man. I was on a mission and I was going to complete that mission. And I was just letting her know, like,
y'all don't knock my phone off again, man.
I love her and I'm going to fight with everything in me to have her. And that's exactly what happened.
Jean said she works at Walmart. How long you been at Walmart now?
I plan on going back to Walmart, to be honest with you. Oh, man, that was a long, carried-on story, huh, guys? I hope I didn't bore anybody.
Oh,
obviously
sorry,
a few people, because we dropped 3 people.
I'm tired.
But, hey, those are pieces right there. Once you read my chapter in the book, you didn't get those parts. I don't think I went into that much depth.
17 years. You're almost there to where you can get that, what is it, that lifetime discount?
17 years at the Walmart.
What is that right? Can you, if you work there 20 years, you you call whatever, you automatically get the lifetime discount. Isn't that what's his face said?
Who?
The big guy that we'd always run into at Walmart. Not Brian, but
I know who you're talking about. Greasy dude.
yeah.
He's still at the same Walmart today. What's his name?
I don't know.
Mom, you know him. Who's the guy we know at Glenpool?
They were trying to tear his house down whenever they were redoing the turnpike.
Dang it, man. Sometimes he'd get so annoying. We'd go in there and we'd have to try to hide from him.
The Dodge.
What's his name, man?
I don't know.
I can see his face right now, but I can't think of his name.
Beard. He works in TLE now.
Good guy. Absolutely good guy. Like,
yeah,
he would hug your neck. Every time you seen him, he'd give you a hug. Like, he was super good guy.
Loves taking care of his mama.
Chris, Alan. No. Not Chris or Alan.
No, he's...
What's his name, babe?
I don't know. You're putting me on the spot. I don't know. Move on.
You were more friends with him than I was.
Yeah, go along with everybody.
What's his name? He always had a set of keys on his side. Like, he had a big old ring of keys on his side.
He'd been there forever, Tracy.
I believe I got it because I've been here 25 years. No, or 55 years old. 25 years.
25 years and everything.
What's up, Dennis? Dennis!
He said, whoops, I forgot.
Don't even talk smack, because we'll be back. That's all I got to say.
George Mark Luther. Nope, none of that. What was his name? Anyway.
Can't remember his name. I can't believe I can't remember.
You know what we're talking about?
Randy?
Tracy?
No, not Randy. Randy was a cool dude. Scotty?
Jan said I used to be a street minister and how fitting that would be.
Gosh dang it. What's his name, dude? Randall? No. I can't believe I can't remember his name.
He worked back there with Jerome.
It's driving me crazy because I can see him. I can literally see
Bill
him.
George, anything but Sue. Exactly. Definitely anything but Sue.
Steve, no.
Nope.
That's ridiculous. Like, it's really bothering me now.
Come and get him, Melinda.
What's his name?
On my nerves.
I can't believe I can't remember his name.
Move on past it, babe.
No, Mom. He's like he can be annoying. He's such a good dude, but he can be so annoying. I know you know who I'm talking about.
I don't
Come
think
on,
he
Mom.
wa- I don't think he
Help me.
started in TLE. I think like by the time he was
Jeez,
by
what
the
is his
time we were
name?
done, he was in TLE. And where was he at? Was he on the cap team, or
I don't know if he's on the cap team.
he wasn't always in TLE?
I can't believe you can't remember his name. She was closer to him than I was, but I can totally remember his name right now, and I or not remember his name, but I can remember his face.
Dan, no, that's the brother.
No, yeah, Dan's my brother.
We'll remember it after we're done with the live.
Probably.
Yeah.
Randy.
That's Uncle Bob.
No.
Everyone is Bob. He has an Uncle Bob. So,
Steve,
yeah,
no.
but not him.
Not Steve.
You've already said Steve.
Jeez, man. I can't believe
At
this.
least he's not clawing at me anymore.
I feel bad, and I'm going to tell him about this next time I see him because I know I will see him before
Is it Brian?
No. You always said that. When we go one more, Sam will be like, oh, and we'd have to run to this. What's his name, dude? But he's like the coolest guy ever at the same time.
Yeah, and then I try to run from him, then he'd see us, and then
he'd
he
catch
comes
us.
sneaking up on us somewhere
Every
and pop
time.
up out of somewhere.
Jiminy Christmas, it's driving me crazy, dude.
Couldn't get past him. There's some days I didn't mind to
Coco.
chat with him. Now, leave him alone. You're leaving me alone. Linda, I told you to come get your boy.
He lived in a camper, right?
He lived in that
He
house.
lived in a camper on his dad's property, and he got married to some girl living on a camper.
No, he wasn't married at all. He was taking care of his mama, and they tried to come take that house over
Good
whenever they were
grief.
starting to build the interstate, the turnpike.
Mom, I know you know who I'm talking about. I know you know who we're talking about. Because he still works there today. He worked there the entire time we worked there. And I can't get it off my head.
Oh, I didn't know your age mattered too, because he is definitely not over 55, and he had been there 20 years. And I remember him telling me that he got that lifetime discount card.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was ready to quit at that point.
Yeah, he definitely had been there.
Like, why? You
probably his
20
first
years,
job
bro?
and never left.
Yeah, he's a good old boy. He's that kind of guy.
Yeah. He's a very good guy. And I'm telling you, I can picture his everything.
She knows. I mean, he's tall, burly.
We're going to let y'all know exactly who we're talking about because we're going to remember it.
Now I'm going to have to go find
He's a good friend, man. He's literally a good friend.
I always loved making fun of him, picking on him.
There's no way in this world I could walk past him in this world and him not say something to me. That's how good of a dude he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, definitely a good guy.
I'd always feel bad for trying to hide, but you know, there's just sometimes where you just don't feel like talking to anybody.
Yeah, he's just very.
He didn't care. He's gonna sneak up
all
on
the
you.
time, like all the time. Just that's just who he is.
Oh, okay. So that's why he got it for the 20-year. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
20 years for the lifetime discount card if you're not over 55. Okay.
His name was Next. So I keep trying to tell him.
I can't believe I can't remember his name. I feel so bad.
Sounds like Wayne. No, it sounds like Wayne, Jimmy Wayne. No, we know too many Jimmys.
Jeez, dude, this is literally.
You're on my nerves with
it's literally messing with me. Like I'm ready to know who this is.
Little Cookie.
I know who he is. That sounded crazy. To remember his name, like it's so nuts that I can't.
It drives me nuts when I can't remember a name. He's gonna drive me nuts the rest of the night.
I see his face. I can see his face.
I'm gonna have to go back through.
I can see him come up and grab him and doing stuff like that. That's how he do. He'd be like, "Hey man, what's going on? What's going on? Sam don't want you, then I want you."
That's
Ooh.
exactly.
If Sam don't want you, I want you. He's that kind of guy, like that kind of jokester.
No.
Billy Bob.
None of those.
George.
None of those.
I can't remember, man.
They're trying to help you.
He's such a cool guy, man. Different.
I'm
very
gonna go
different
look
cool
on
guy.
Paul and Margot's Facebook. Put
Yes,
your
there
nut
you go.
face down.
There you go. Figure it out. Sam's gonna figure it out.
No, ain't no Sam gonna figure nothing out, bruh.
Yeah, you will.
Babe, we're almost done. Let's see. See all friends. Let's
Please
see.
figure it out.
If he's got a Facebook.
Oh, he's definitely got a Facebook, dude. We got to figure it out, guys.
That can't have anything in it.
It's so crazy that I can't remember his name.
I don't know if he does or not.
You guys know what I'm saying? Don't act like you don't know what I'm saying. Like, it literally is driving me crazy. Because I can see the guy. But she's right. As soon as we end this live, it'll immediately be like, oh, that guy. And if that happens, be watching, because I'm going to make a short. And I'm going to make a full 30-second short about that guy. And I love that guy. As a matter of fact, I will even, when we figure out who it is, we will get a hold of him on Messenger, and I will have him record a piece, and I will put him in our short. How about that? I really will. Because I know he'd be down for that. So. Retarded. I love you, Uncle. 1 minute. Is my brother still in here? Danny Scott. Daniel Scott, I should say. Daniel Scott. I bet you ain't heard that in 20 years.
Let's see.
Are you in here, Daniel Scott? Probably not still in here.
No, he
did pop in for a minute, though.
Let's see if he's under.
That's my little brother. Y'all go show some love for my little brother. He don't put nothing up on YouTube or anything, but Daniel Scott, Danny Scott, yeah, but it's Daniel.
Get that can from them, please.
Daniel Scott. That's my little brother. I love my little brother so much, man. And we've been through so much. I have put him through so much, being his bigger brother and not the greatest leader in the world. But we love each other, and I miss my brother so much.
No, you're not getting up in my face.
Kiefer police are in here. I wouldn't doubt it. Hopefully they're better than they were in the late 90s. Because every week they were getting fired for stealing stuff out of the evidence room. Right?
Oh, I don't know.
They were back then. I swear to God, they were changing crews every 6 months because the cops couldn't keep their hands out of the evidence room. That's the kind of town we grew up in right there. That ought to explain everything. I remember stories.
801.
We were partying in the back of this neighborhood, and it went into like these trails where there were like a lot of bike trails. We rode our go-karts and bikes and stuff. And we was back there. I was probably 19. And the cops came back there one time, and we were smoking weed. And they came back there, and my buddy, who was like 5 years older than me, threw everything out the window. And the cops came up and was like, oh, and we drove off and left and came back like 20 minutes later, and the weed was still laying on the ground, and we went and left and went to the party. Yeah. But if they would have found it, they would have took it, because that's just the kind of town we lived in. Welcome to the late 90s. We love you guys. We love you guys so much, man. And I'm so glad that y'all stuck around to hear all of our crazy stories. And I'm going to find out exactly who it is I was trying to remember.
Stop it, Coco. You're on my nerves.
Have a wonderful and blessed evening, y'all. Have a blessed week. You too, James.
Love you all.
Love you, brother.
Good boss, our love.
From the evidence room. I thought that only happened in Georgia. No, Barb. Trust me. I remember being a teenager and seeing that on the news many times of the town I grew up in getting fired for stealing out of the evidence room, and that's no lie. Hey, I can tell you one story. When I was like a junior in high school, we was at a keg party, and a Kiefer cop, the town we grew up in, the cop showed up in uniform and started partying with us with the keg, because I remember everybody being super weirded out. And he was like, no, I'm off the clock. And we ended up partying all night with the cop in uniform. Yeah, that didn't turn out too great, but yeah.
I don't know. I'll think of it here in a little bit, but I'm trying to look through.
Oh, what's his name? It's so crazy.
I'll figure it out later.
Big hugs. Love y'all.
We love you guys.
We love you too so much. We love y'all so much. Thank you for sticking around for our crazy live, you guys. I just don't see what's so exciting about us that y'all want to hang out and be with us.
Because
but
we're not.
We're not. We're not exciting. This honestly is the most exciting thing that ever happens in my week right here. Is hanging out with you guys. And that's the honest to God truth.
But I'm tired.
Oh, I love you guys so much, man. You're all so much. Yes, definitely family.
Love you long time.
Miss you too. We love you guys so much. I don't even want to say bye, to be honest with you, but I can tell.
Well,
I can feel the
I'm
energy
about
off
to.
there. I can feel Sam's
I'm
energy.
tired, y'all, and I still gotta
Check your
make dinner.
chat.
We gotta walk them dogs. I'm ready
Okay,
to
Jan, I will. I didn't see that you sent me a video. I will definitely check that.
I'm gonna wash my face. I'm tired.
I miss you guys too. We love you. And I will keep you guys updated on the guy that I can't remember from Walmart. I promise you. I'm seriously. Whenever we figure it out, I'm going to message him. I promise you, without a shadow of a doubt. I will message him and I will tell him to send me a video and I will put it into a short. I promise you. Watch. It's going to happen. Okay? Because he's just a cool dude. I just can't remember his name. I love you guys. Stay blessed, guys.
I love you all. Good night.
Be safe out there. And we will see you next week, next Tuesday. All right.